body may increase. When the inner strength increases, weakness of nervous system, problems related to paralysis, polio, and Parkinson will automatically subside. Now the second exercise for elbows. Stretch arms in front while breathing in, fold your arms, and while breathing out, straighten them with full force. Repeat the same steps from side as well. Arms stretched parallel to the shoulders on your sides, palms facing upward. Then fold your arms like this and again stretch it. Now next exercise. Fold both the hands from the elbows and join both the elbows in front. Thumb and fingers of the hand resting over shoulders. Practice with both the arms together. If you are unable to practice with both the arms, then do it with one arm. Rotate, making a big circle. Patients of paralysis may take the help of others. You can move one of your arm also like this, rotating with ease and making a big circle. This exercise is very effective for cervical spondylitis pain. It increases the blood circulation of arms. To improve the blood circulation, practice with one arm at a time. Then, lift both the arms up and hold the wrist of each hand with the other. If you are unable to hold like this, then hold like this. This also doesn't suit, then hold with fingers, whichever is convenient to you. Now while breathing in, pull them from behind like this. Breath retained in. While breathing out, come back. If holding like this is convenient, then hold like this. Pull from behind the head. Interlock the fingers and rest them behind your head. This exercise is for improving the blood circulation. And when the blood circulation becomes normal, the inner vital energies of the body may also increase. And slowly your nervous system will become strong, healthy, and fully fit. Bring your hands down. Each exercise can be practiced many times, till the time you do not get exhausted. Rest your palm on your temple, near the ear. Press your hand towards the head and head towards the hand. Press against each other. Breath retained in. There will be a vibration in the neck. You can repeat the same from the front. While breathing in, move your neck to the right, turning your head behind. Then turn towards the left while breathing in. While breathing out, come back to the same position. This is for your neck, for the nervous system of your neck and also the brain. Now, bend your neck to the back and also to the front. In case of cervical pain and neck pain, avoid bending it to the front. After this, rotate your neck. So these are some of the minor exercises. Practice them gently and gradually increase the duration. It may take about 30 to 45 minutes to practice all the exercises slowly. Gradually, as your stamina increases, repeat each of the exercise for 10, 15 or even 20 times. After practicing so much of yoga, your body may regain some strength, may regain energy. Your nerves will become strong. After this, you practice pranayam. Pranayam should be practiced while sitting in Siddhasana, Sukhasana or Padmasana. If you are unable to do any asana or you are unable to sit on the ground, then sit on a chair. You may also stretch your legs, but spine should remain straight. Because to the spine is connected a whole of the nervous system. To the spinal cord is connected the whole process of our chakras. So chakras are related to our spinal cord. Chakras, which are the energy centers. Our nervous system is also connected to three nadis, namely Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. Practice of pranayam will give more oxygen to your body, which will improve the blood circulation. All the negative elements present within the blood will totally subside and it will be purified completely. All your blood tests will report normal as you practice the pranayam. In few cases, with 1 week's practice of pranayam only, the blood tests become totally normal. In our camps, it takes just 7 days or 10 days. It may take maximum 1 month, 1 or 2 months practice of pranayam. Within 1 or 2 months, all blood tests show normal results. Not only this, many chronic ailments may also subside as body will receive more oxygen. Now let's practice Bhastrika Pranayam. Take a deep breath. You have to practice 7 pranayam. You may sit in Dhyana Mudra. In case you have any brain related problem, because paralysis and Parkinson are related to the brain only. If the nerves are extremely weak, then practice pranayam in Shakti Mudra like this. In case of Vat Rog, keep hands in this posture. Dhyana Mudra, Shakti Mudra or Vayu Mudra. You may practice 7 main types of pranayam while sitting in this posture. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale gently and exhale gently as well. Do not practice with force as it can be harmful. When you practice gently, your ailment may be controlled forever, may be controlled permanently. It can be controlled permanently. Inhale deeply into your lungs. Then exhale. Fill into your lungs till diaphragm. Gradually increase your practice. You may practice for 5 minutes, even 10 minutes, as you may not be able to practice asana. Increase the duration of pranayam only. Practice for 10 minutes at a slow pace. On the first day, you may practice only for 1 minute, then 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and finally for 10 minutes. Gradually increase your practice. In case of paralysis, keep a slow pace. Diseases like polio, Parkinson, and weakness of nervous system may subside to the extent of 100%. We have helped many such patients. The diseases, the problem which I discussed with you about were initially controlled in 100 to 200 patients and then in thousands. In my opinion, there are thousands of million people suffering from such diseases in our country. Of these, millions have been cured. That's why everybody today advocates pranayam. Pranayam has given a new lease of life. Impossible has become possible. The ailments which appeared impossible to get controlled with medicines have been cured with pranayam. This has happened. That's why I recommend it. Practice Bhastrika Pranayam. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. You may do it for 5 minutes, even 10 minutes. Your 5 prana are nourished, 5 kosha are nourished, whole body is nourished. Body will receive more oxygen. And this oxygen will finally nourish your brain system, heart system, and also the nervous system. All the clots and blockages present within nerves, all the tumors of your body may dissolve automatically. Your inner vital energy level may enhance. Endocrine system also becomes regular completely. After this, now practice Kapalabhati Pranayam. Exhale your breath out. With medium pace and medium force. In case of high BP, practice gently. Practice with medium pace. Practice with slow speed, but you must practice. Initially, on the first day, practice of 1 or 2 minutes, then 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then 20 minutes. To 30 minutes you may practice it. Gradually increase the duration, but carefully. Then you will find, in some cases within a week and others within a month, paralysis may subside. Parkinson may subside. In case of severe Parkinson, it may take longer time. If polio attack is severe, you may take a little longer time. But all the nerves of your body will become healthy completely. Practice Kapalabhati Pranayam. Your digestive system, your respiratory system will improve with this. All the toxin and oxidants of the body will come out. Clots, if present, may also dissolve. Kapalabhati and Anulom Vilom are the two main pranayams, which render your nervous system and brain system completely healthy. Wherever the clots are present, whether in the brain or anywhere else in the body, they may dissolve. Blood circulation becomes normal. Flesh may also start reappearing. In case of polio patients, flesh which had shrunk reappeared. Diseased part usually has thin flesh with shrunken nerves. They can regain flesh. Blood may start recirculating in the nerves. Affected limb may become normal. Initially, even I was also amazed. Our first polio patient was from Gujarat, who showed vast improvement. Her name was Rashmi-ben Dabra, who had come from a part of Junagadh. She was a teacher in a school. Her polio subsided to the extent of 60%. Then we started recommending this to others. Afterwards, polio of many patients started showing improvement. 60% improvement, 70%, 80%, and even up to 90%. We saw with pranayam only. They practice pranayam for 1 hour, some for 1.5 hours. They practice Kapalabhati only. Exhale your breath out. And while exhaling, your stomach will shrink in. Practice this pranayam. Increase the duration gradually from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. We recommend a longer duration for the patients of polio, for the patients of paralysis and Parkinson disease, and for those with weak nerves, as they cannot practice asana. Therefore, I am merging the time that they would have spent on asana. All these chronic ailments may subside with pranayam only. You must remember this. Asana are not effective at all in these chronic diseases. Practice of mind exercises will improve health of nerves, health of joints, blood circulation will also improve. Therefore, practice minor exercises, but mainly practice pranayam only. Duration of pranayam would be double of what we recommend for a normal person. For instance, we recommend for normal person 2 to 5 minutes of Bhastrika, but for the patients of polio and paralysis, we recommend 10 minutes practice. 15 minutes practice of Kapalabhati for a normal person, but we have asked patients to practice for half an hour. Similarly, practice Anulom Vilom for half an hour. Increase the duration slowly, not all at once. You must double the duration of all pranayam. Do it gradually, it is must. Now practice Bahya pranayam. After exhaling, keep the breath out only. Apply 3 bandh. Do not practice this if you have heart problem or high BP. After exhaling, keep the breath out only. Then practice Tribandh. Do not practice if you are very weak. Practice Bahya Pranayam like this as much as you can. If you feel unable to do so, then practice Agnisar. After Bahya Pranayam, one should practice Anulom Vilom. Use your right hand. If right hand is affected by paralysis, then practice with left. But you have to start from the left nostril only. Start from the left, close the right nostril. You have to practice like this. If one is unable to use the right hand under such conditions, one may practice with the left hand. Otherwise, practice with right hand. In this way, you will start from the left nostril, whether you use your right hand or your left hand. Start from the left nostril. On the left side, this is Ida Nadi. On the right side is Pingla, and in the center Saraswati. Ganga on left, Jamuna on right, and Saraswati in the center. This is Shushumna. Breathe in from the left. Left side is Som Pradhan. It gives peace. Hence we start from the left. Take a deep inhalation. After taking breath, close left nostril with two of your middle fingers, then slowly release. Release from your right. Then inhale from right. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. If your hand is weak, it starts paining, then you can practice like this also. You can support your hand or your elbow by keeping some stand or some sort of a thing below it. You can give it support. Inhale deeply from left nostril into your lungs and exhale out. You have to fill in your lungs till diaphragm and then exhale out. Practice Anulom Vilom like this. It will improve all the nerves of your body, including those of your brain. All those diseases that we were discussing with you will subside. Paralysis, polio, Parkinson, weakness of nerves, weakness of nervous system, along with these problems of heart, stress, strain, depression, asthma, bronchitis, and many other complications will subside. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. Initially start with small duration. Practice for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, even 30 minutes. Gradually increase. You will experience your ailments will be controlled to the extent of 100%. After Anulom Vilom Pranayam, practice Brahmari Pranayam. As in Anulom Vilom, gradually increase the duration of your practice. You also have to practice Brahmari more. Not just 3 times. You may practice for 5, 11 and maximum 21 times. Maximum 21 times, that's all. Practice Udgit also for 21 times. Then meditate on your breathing as much as you can. Afterwards rest in Shavasana, that is Yog Nidra. Place forefinger on the forehead. Rest 3 on your eyes. Put slight pressure with your middle finger between the eyes and the nose. A divine glow, a bright glow will be generated in the Asha Chakra. Ears will be closed with thumbs. Mouth closed to, sound of Omkar would be generated from within. Practice with these with full devotion and a feeling of surrender. Generate the sound of Om. Nervous system of your body, including your brain, will be totally energized. This you may feel immediately after the practice. You will take deep inhalation and generate the sound of Om. Sound of Omkar will be echoed within you, inside you, mouth closed. Generate sound of Omkar from your nostrils with full devotion. Take deep breath inside into your lungs. Always remember this. Whenever you inhale, whether it's Brahmari or Udgit, like this, gradually increase your practice. After Brahmari, let's practice Udgit Pranayam with hands in Dhyan Mudra. Take deep breath in and chant the sacred word Om with an attitude of gratitude towards Supreme Lord, Supreme Energy Source, Supreme Light Source, who is the foundation of our life, of our prana. Om.